Hi, my name is Danelle Sewell. I grew up in Toronto, Ontario, in Etobicoke, and ever since I can remember, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. Most of my family, actually, to this day, my extended family also are still Jehovah's Witnesses. As early as I can remember, I remember going to Kingdom Hall with my grandma, with my mom, with my siblings. We went every Sunday and Thursday, and then on Saturday we would go into service. Going to service is basically going door to door. So when you see those people come to your door, they are in service. I loved it, actually. I loved getting ready on a Saturday morning, putting on my dress shirt and my tie, and going into service with my grandma. Those are some of my fondest memories. When we went to school, we didn't stand up for the national anthem. We also didn't celebrate any holidays. From what I remember, we didn't do Christmas, Easter, even birthdays. But I do remember my mom making sure that we did feel special and appreciated throughout the year. So we still got gifts at random times, but it wasn't your traditional birthday gift or traditional Christmas gift. My grade 4 teacher, he actually decided that he was going to sponsor a few kids to go to a camp in Muskoka. I remember the teacher coming to our house and speaking with my mom and my grandma and explaining what camp was and going into more detail. And to be honest, when I heard what camp was, that was a Christian camp, I was like, there's no way that my grandma and my mom were going to allow us to go to this camp. But my teacher was pretty persistent, and my mom and my grandma decided that my sister could go to this camp. Camping was not really her thing, but overall she enjoyed the experience. It was something that was different outside of our norm. So the second year, my teacher came back and asked my family again, hey, is there anyone that would like to go to camp again? I was like, yeah, I'll for sure go. I put my hand up. So myself, actually my little brother, we went for the second year. And by far, that year was one of the most exciting years I've had as a kid. But the part that I didn't really connect with was the Christian part of the camp. I knew as Jehovah's Witness, my views were different than everyone else's. And I wasn't super confident in my views, but I loved camp. So the following year, my mom and my grandma realized how much fun I had and the stories I came back with, so they said yes again. And I went to camp from the age 10 all the way till I was 23 years old. The biggest thing that I realized when I look back is that throughout those years, throughout those times when I was young that I went to camp, God was planting seeds through leaders, through conversations, through activities, through other campers that I was bunking with. I realized that slowly but surely, I was understanding what it meant to have a relationship with Jesus. When I was about 12, my mother got this fellowship from the Jehovah's Witness organization because she had my little sister out of wedlock. And according to the organization, if you do something along those lines, you aren't allowed to be a part of the Jehovah's Witness organization anymore. Once you are this fellowship, Jehovah's Witnesses aren't allowed to fellowship with you. So having my grandmother, who is a Jehovah's Witness, and my mom, who's this fellowship in the same household, brought some tension. And finally, we came to the solution that we'll just have to live in the same house. My grandmother was not going to allow what has happened to break their relationship. About a year and a half after my mom got disfellowshipped, we moved to Hamilton. My mom just needed that new start. Fast forward to Christmas time, our first year where we celebrated Christmas, that was by far one of the best times ever, one of the best Christmases ever. We bought our first tree, we got lights, we got presents, we did the full shebang. Our aunt, who's not really our aunt, but she's a really close friend, she invited us to a Christmas service at a Pentecostal church. And as soon as I walked through those doors, it was like going into the Sister Act movie. They had a massive choir, there were so many people there, everyone was singing loudly, they had a massive band, it was so good. I just remember like coming in and just dancing. And I just knew that this is where I was supposed to be. And we went back the following Sunday. And the following Sunday after that, a couple months from there, I got baptized. That's where I started to see my relationship with God start to grow. God was not only meeting me or had met me, but I was actually opening my eyes to see that he was there. Even when I was Jehovah's Witness, he was still there. He was creating a discipline in me. He was creating a boldness in me. Little seeds were planted along the way. Because my grade 4 teacher decided that he was going to sponsor kids to go to camp, because my parents took that leap and sent us to camp, and because my aunt had the courage to invite us to the Pentecostal church, because of those people listening to God, I was able to take that step into a relationship with Him. But God didn't stop there. He continued to put people in my life that were able to challenge me and grow me in my faith, and open up doors where I was able to share my faith with other people. And that's brought me to where I am today in ministry.